This is a Star News Brief. I'm African Njogu. Allies of Deputy President William Ruto are preparing to launch an opposition campaign to the BBI proposed referendum, saying that the initiative fails to capture the aspirations of Kenyans. They argue that the BBI has not talked about how the livelihoods of Kenyan farmers and small-scale traders will be protected and uplifted. On Thursday, Kimilili MP Didmas Barasa offered to lead the no campaigns in rejecting the BBI, saying it does not promise to address the problems of the common man. Ruto has been at the forefront of opposing constitutional changes, calling for consensus and dealing with issues that affect the public. The process entered a crucial stage on Wednesday with the launch of the collection of 1 million signatures.
And I am going to lead the no campaign in Bungoma. I am going to ask the people of Bungoma to reject this document in totality, because it doesn't and it will never address the very many problems that the people of Bungoma go through every day.
Get a copy of The Star by subscribing to our e-paper for only 10 shillings by dialing *550*3#. The Vice-Chancellors have sought a Parliament nod to allow the institutions to raise fees paid by students beginning 2021. The suggestion by University Vice-Chancellors seeks to have state-sponsored universities students pay 48,000 shillings in tuition, 3 times the current 16,000 shillings a year. However, the Dons want this done in 3 phases, 3 years apart. In the first phase, the university heads want the fees raised to 24,000 shillings. The second phase will see the fee raised to 36,000 shillings, while the final phase will achieve the proposed 48,000 shillings. The MPs, through the Education Committee in Parliament, will next week meet to deliberate among other proposals to review upwards fees paid by government-sponsored students. The National Police Service Commission could be reduced to a shell body if the proposals in the BBI referendum bill go through. The bill delegates most of the functions of the commission, including the hiring and firing of officers, to the Inspector General of Police. Meanwhile, the Office of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations will be elevated to be independent and embedded in the Constitution if proposals in the referendum are successful. The bill amends Article 243 of the Constitution that establishes the National Police Service to include the DCI together with the Kenya Police Service and the Administration Police Service. The DCI has been under the NPS and was only mentioned in the NPS Act as one of the many units in the service. President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM boss Raila Odinga's political influence, coupled with sweeteners in the BBI referendum bill, are likely to guarantee easy passage in most county assemblies. In addition, the support of influential governors and other seasoned politicians, party leaders who have thrown their weight behind the constitutional changes will give impetus to the bill. About 30 governors and 5 party leaders attended the launch of the collection of at least 1 million signatures at the KICC on Wednesday, underscoring their support for the document and a plebiscite. Uhuru and Raila enjoy sizable support in the country, though this has been threatened by the growing influence of Deputy President William Ruto. The DP, who has opposed the clamour to amend the constitution and has been pushing for a consensus, has made inroads in Uhuru's bastions, selling his hustler narrative and trashing the BBI report. Austerity measures and reduced spending on capital projects are likely to feature widely in Treasury CS Ukur Yatani's 2021-2022 budget as he moves to plan with the COVID-19 pandemic era. The CS, who on Wednesday launched a 3-day public sector hearing on the budget proposals for the next financial year and the medium term, which ends today, signaled reduced spending and a cut on borrowing as he targets to bring down the country's fiscal deficit to 3.5% of GDP. Treasury has projected overall expenditure and met lending at 23.7% of the GDP. His budget plans put the deficit at about 830 billion shillings, which the government will depend on borrowing to bridge as Kenya Revenue Authority collections remain below the spending plans. More than 60% of Taita Taveta County landmass falls within the Tsavo East National Park, which is a major tourism escapade. However, there is a hidden gem within the Land of the Hills, as it is famously known, which if exploited can be a major attraction for travelers. Stakeholders promoting domestic tourism took journalists on a tour of the coast to see its offerings. During this leg of the tour, we explored some of the key historical sites. This include Mwangeka Caves at the Vuria Hills, which have a history that dates back to the 1890s. We begin our journey from Voi after exiting the Tsavo East National Park to witness the unique tourism venture. Get a copy of the Star by subscribing to our e-paper for only 10 shillings by dialing *550*3#. You can also get more on the Star website.